Hello and welcome to Metal Vice, a podcast where we talk about all things music.
Well, the things we care about.
That's right, which is mainly metal music and live music. I'm your host, Brian, joining the other host,
Karen.
And for this episode, we're going to be talking about Billy Idol with Joan Jettt and the Blackhearts at Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at the American Family Insurance Amphitheater. A sponsored name amphitheater, just like all of them, I guess.
Yes, they are all sponsored.
I mean, a lot of venues are. Like, Aragon is Byline Bank Aragon or something like that.
And Northern Island is like
Huntington Bank.
Huntington Bank. Yeah, they're all.
Everything is sponsored name bullshit. We just call them by like what it is, except for I don't know any other name for American Family Insurance Amphitheater.
Yeah, because we haven't. I mean, like, we haven't been there. I mean, this is the second concert we've seen there since going to concerts, I guess, whatever, in our lifetime.
Yeah.
But it's like we haven't known it as anything else besides that. So.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Real quick, ticket prices for this were $30 with $2.37 in tax.
Yeah. So this was part of the Live Nation.
The summer sale
Summer sale, $30. There wasn't very much on the list for us to go to.
Yeah, well, it was weird. So when it was announced, they had a bunch of stuff on there, and we were going through, and it's like, ooh, that sounds good. Ooh, that sounds good. And we had a list of like maybe 16 shows we were going to buy.
Yeah, there was a lot, yeah.
And you would search for your city, and they'd have all the shows listed there. Then when they went on sale, like the very next day or a couple days later, you'd search for, and like I did this right when they went on sale, and I searched because it does say while supplies last. And anywho, I searched, and almost all of them were gone outside of like maybe 3.
Is that what we got? Was 3 of them? I can't remember.
Can't remember.
I know this one and at least one other show.
Black Keys is one that's coming up here.
Okay, so maybe there was 3 shows because I feel like we already saw one.
Ghost was supposed to be on there, and Ghost wasn't.
Oh, okay.
Which is kind of weird because Ghost didn't sell out.
It didn't sell out.
I bet if they had $30 tickets for those 200 sections that they ended up moving us from, I think they would have sold a lot more shows if they just dropped to $30. Which then they, make money on booze and concessions and all that.
So maybe there wasn't another one that we.
Nope, that's not it. No, that's it. I think it was just those 2.
Okay.
Let's go further down.
No, there's nothing down there, I don't think. Anyways, there's probably a big cut right now because I don't like to have us just scrolling.
Yeah, just the Black Keys. One other one real quick. Let's look at next year. Nope, we haven't bought any of that shit. Okay. But yeah. So this was like one of the few that was on there that we could possibly make. This was August 31st, which was the same night as System of a Down here in Chicago, which we didn't get tickets to because it sold out. Well, that's a whole another topic, honestly. Yeah. Anywho, we weren't going to that System show. We went to the one the next day. And like, fuck it, we had the night off. I really wanted to see Billy Idol. Not necessarily because I'm a big fan or anything, just because it's classic rock. I love to go to classic rock shows, at least one a year. This is our second one this year, if you count AC/DC.
Oh, I would. Yeah.
So we got our second classic rock show.
So we're good for next year, right?
No, we are not good. We have to find another one for next year.
But we're one up.
I don't think we did one last year, so.
Okay.
Anywho, the other thing, the $30 ticket is up from the $25 it was the year before. Inflation, I guess.
Inflation. Yeah. No, they were $25 last year, so. Which last year we kind of, I don't want to say we got screwed on, but we had already bought so many tickets because last year we were like, as soon as something was announced, as soon as tickets went on sale, we bought them. And there was a lot that we had already bought that were on that $25 list.
They were, but we didn't save a whole lot of money. And that's the other thing, too.
One was like $29, so we would have saved.
And that's the other thing, too, with these $30 tickets is it was fees included, too. It wasn't like the hidden fees on top of things. It was all included except for tax.
Yeah.
So honestly, not bad. $30 for this show.
Yeah.
I was happy with the price.
Yeah. Maybe next year we'll be able to capitalize a little bit more on them.
Yeah, and hopefully there's more stuff for us next year as well. This year there really wasn't much that aligned with our schedule and what we wanted to see. So I don't know. It was a little disappointing this year for the summer sale, or the spring sale, whatever the fuck they call it. But we got this, and we got Black Keys that we'll maybe talk about in a later episode. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. Anywho, getting back to the venue real quick. I don't know if we were doing the podcast.
No.
Or did an episode on.
No, because it was 2019.
Was it 2019?
No, 2022.
Yes, it was 2022.
Yeah.
So we had just started doing stuff for the podcast around then.
Yeah, but I don't think we had, because that would have been June or July, and we hadn't even decided to do it until July of 2022, and we didn't post until October 2022.
So I think you're right. But yeah, let's talk about the venue real quick, just because we like talking about the venues. It's a standard amphitheater. We've been to two. I was going to say a bunch, but really it's only our second one we've been to.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They're all set up sort of the same way. A small little pit area up front.
Yeah. I was going to ask you if that place in Omaha that we went to, that's kind of an amphitheater, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it's not the same vibe. It's not the same setup with like
it's the floor
seats.
or the... Yeah, that's true. The's no seats. Yeah, because it's the floor or the lawn.
Where we saw Ashes of the Leviathan, it was just the pit, which was much larger.
Yeah.
And then it was all lawn.
Yep.
So similar vibe, but not the same. Because this one in Tinley Park, you have your small... We have done episodes on Tinley Park.
Yeah, we hate it.
We do hate it. This, you had that small pit up front, a section of seats, sort of a walkway, then another section of seats, a walkway, and then a grassy lawn area that you can hang out on. The main difference between this and Tinley Park for me is Tinley Park also has boxes that you can get that are above like all the seats. So there's like a walkway you get up to go there, like sort of luxury in quotes boxes. They have massive TV screens behind this structure holding up the boxes and sort of the awning or the covering for the seats in the pit and the stage that shoot outwards toward the crowd on the lawn. And the lawn for Tinley Park is so much larger.
Yeah.
I didn't realize until walking by the lawn for this show how small that lawn actually was.
Yeah.
Because for the Disturbed, Lamb of God, Chevelle show, we were down in the pit for that.
We were. Yeah, we were on rail. So we didn't see the whole venue.
Yeah. So, but I remember looking up and seeing the lawn and being like, oh, there's people up there and cool, it's pretty big. But no, it's a smaller lawn than I expected.
Yeah.
This is also in sort of, I don't know what the complex is called. I just call it the Summerfest complex.
Yeah. I wonder if it does have a name. But yeah, it's
probably named after some insurance or bank or something.
Probably. American Family Summer Complex.
Yeah, something like that. And in any case, like, we didn't really, maybe you knew, but I didn't really know about Summerfest.
No, I didn't. Because, so the last time we went here was to see Disturbed, Lamb of God, and Chevelle.
During Summerfest.
During Summerfest. But we didn't realize it was Summerfest. We thought it was just a show. So we just bought the tickets or whatever, the tickets to go see them. And when we got there, that's when we saw it was like an entire like event. It's
a huge complex, and it's windy and snaky because it's like right there on the lake and the river that feeds, or the lake feeds into the river that goes through Milwaukee. I'm assuming that's just like the Milwaukee River or something. I don't know. But it feeds right into there. So like this whole complex is like big and windy. They've got a lot of stages. I have no clue how many stages they have.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to walk through and count them.
Yeah, a lot of like buildings for concessions and restrooms and whatnot. It's so big they have a sky glider that people can ride from one end to the other.
Yeah.
It's a really cool complex. And the top of this venue, the American Theater Amphitheater thingy.
American Family Insurance Amphitheater.
The amphitheater, we'll just call it the amphitheater.
Let's do that, yeah.
At the top of the amphitheater, by the grassy area, they have like a little area where you can sit down with tables and whatnot, and you can overlook the lake, and you can see the rest of the venue as well. And it's a really cool spot. And when we were there for Disturbed, we showed up for Disturbed, not realizing we could have wandered and checked out all these other stages.
We did wander for a little bit, but
on our way to
we didn't give ourselves enough time.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, we showed up for the show, not knowing.
But we stopped at 2 stages that night.
Maybe, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Any case, during Summerfest, there's a lot of those stages are going on at the same time. There's some that are staggered and whatnot for obvious reasons, like a festival, right? So I really want to go back for Summerfest. They don't really play a whole lot of necessarily our music, metal and rock, but there's a lot of country and folk and whatnot.
Ginger was there this year.
Ginger was
on the paid. So the amphitheater is paid on top of your Summerfest entrance.
Yes.
So, but like Wage War played there 2 years ago, and they were on one of the free stages. Well, I'm saying free. The included stage.
You had to buy the ticket.
Yeah.
And I think when you buy an amphitheater ticket, you get a ticket into,
Yeah, I think so,
it covers your ticket.
We didn't buy another ticket. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so the shows during Summerfest are at the amphitheater shows are an additional cost.
At least ones we've seen. I don't know if they ever do free ones.
Oh, that's true. Like earlier in the day or something.
Yeah, I don't know. And I think
but for the headlining shows every single night, those are additional costs.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah. So yeah, it's a really cool spot. I love Milwaukee, honestly. Not gonna lie to you. Like Milwaukee
is our second home.
Yeah. Basically we showed up that day, took the Amtrak up for this show, and we're like, it's so good to be back home, basically.
Yeah.
Milwaukee's such a fun fucking town. I love Milwaukee. And I don't know, this was our first show that wasn't during Summerfest. And when we walked into the event for this, I was expecting we could just walk through the grounds all windy and twisty and whatnot. But you can't. They have those closed, and you have to like walk the perimeter, which isn't necessarily a fun walk. It's a very boring walk.
Yeah, it's just like along the highway.
Along this road, there's like fences and whatnot blocked off. It's not like a very pretty walk by any means.
Yeah.
Where if you were in the venue, it would have been a lot more fun. I get why they don't let you walk through the venue, but it would have been more scenic and enjoyable to walk through the whole complex.
There are 2 large parking lots around there as well, so it makes sense if you're driving over there, like to only have that gate open and not have people go all the way to the, front of Summerfest and back. But yeah, for us walking there, it's like, oh, this is not enjoyable.
Yeah, so I don't know. That was one little meh.
Yeah, and I wanted to walk through the grounds.
I did too,
because we, like you said, we didn't really get to explore it that much. But it makes sense why it's closed. Like when there's not Summerfest, it's closed. But it would have been kind of cool to walk through the grounds.
I think so too. And with nobody there, like you could have, I don't know, it would have been so much fun.
Yeah.
But whatever. We got our $30 tickets. We got in. These were in not the lawn, but like the 200, 300 section, whatever it was. It was just basically bleacher seatings that were numbered,
which I think are considered 300 section.
Were they 300? Okay. So you had your 300, your 100, 3, 2, 1, and the pit.
Yeah.
Which the pit was seated pits.
Chairs. Yeah. Yeah. Like folding chairs.
Yep.
Yeah. So, which was interesting because when we saw Disturbed, it was not, I mean, it was like your standing room or whatever, but it was a very, very small standing room.
Yeah. And whatever. We've seen shows that have pits with seats as well. Who was it? Sabaton and Judas Priest. That pit was seated as well for that show a couple of years ago.
Was there a pit there though?
There was the floor.
Oh, right. Yeah, I remember now.
That they had folding chairs out for that as well.
I remember that. Yeah.
Any case, we get to our seat for the 300 section. We sit down, and there was an obstructed view.
Before you get to the seats, as we walk through, there's an announcement. Telling everybody, like, so you as you're going through security and stuff, just over and over and over, there's an announcement saying that this is a no cell phone show, not like a ghost no cell phone. Like we don't have to put our phone in like a little pouch or anything, but it's no cell phone show, no photos, no video.
You're here to enjoy the show.
Yeah. Not watch
present type thing.
Yeah, not watch it through your phone, that sort of thing. If you need to use your phone, go out to the concourse or whatever to use your phone.
I don't remember that part, but I do remember the next part that was you will be ejected.
Yeah.
But I don't remember the concourse part, but I do remember
You don't remember them saying if you want to use your, or if you need to, if there's anywhere in here you need to use your phone, please move to the concourse.
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, so it made me feel like, it did make me feel like, that like if you even had your phone out, they were going to like kick you out right away. But they did say you'd be ejected immediately. There would be no second chances, basically. That's not what I don't think they use the word second chances, but it's like, basically if they see you taking a photo or video, or in my mind, even having your phone out, you'd be ejected. And
we've been to at least one other show where they made a similar announcement, being like, this is a no phone show. Yep. Do not take photos.
That was Wage War and
A Day to Remember.
Day to Remember. Yeah,
the acoustic set they did a couple years ago. Yeah.
Yep. At Chicago Theater.
Yep.
Is that where it was? Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah. So we respected that too.
Yeah, and that's what we did. We did respect that wish. They made the announcement, like, all right, if that's what you want, we'll respect that. We're not going to do that. In between sets, I did take some photos around a little bit, but during the show, I left my phone away. I didn't do anything. So there's one part I did where, and I do this anyway, whenever they want you to turn your light on for your phone
Yeah.
and wave it side to side. I will turn my light on for that. And when I do, I typically turn the video on, and I'll record a video while doing that. So maybe we'll throw that in at some point during this podcast. But I did end up snagging a video because of that. Like, if I'm going to do that and you want my phone out, I'm going to take a video while I do it anyway.
Yeah, but if you follow us on Instagram, we don't have any Instagram stories or...
Yes.
If you post a post for this, it'll be maybe venue or maybe just no post.
It might not be a post. It might just be... I did take a couple photos on the entrance, I think, because they had like a sculpture or something. So I might put that up if I do anything at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, same thing we did with that Wage War show is I ended up taking photos of the venue and posting those up for that particular post on Instagram.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did kind of sort of forget about that.
But yeah, so then we get to our seats.
Yes, we get to our seats up in our 300 section, and our view was honestly kind of shitty.
It was very shitty.
There was a giant pillar in front of us that was holding up the structure.
I had 2 pillars, and there was like a little gap in between because I sat like all the way on the edge. We were on the edge of the bleachers, and it was not the best.
And going into the show, I was like telling you, I was like, well, if we don't like our seats, we can just get up and go to the lawn and sit on the lawn.
Yeah.
But as we were walking to our seats, we realized the lawn was off limits. They had that shut down, which kind of sucked. I would have loved to sit. Like, it's a beautiful night to sit on the lawn.
And we almost took a blanket and stuff to do that.
Yeah,
because we did that at Tinley Park at the amphitheater out there where we had tickets for the Five Finger show.
I think so. I can't remember what show exactly.
Like, we had seat tickets and it just wasn't the vibe I wanted. So I was like, let's just go sit on the lawn. Yeah.
Which lawn's a different story. It's a different vibe. I believe we did a podcast on that episode. So if you're interested, dig it up, I guess. I don't.
Yeah, it was a few
Maybe
years
we'll
ago.
put a tag up here if we remember to do it or whatnot. Anywho. So we get to our seats. I was like, over here, one section over, there's nobody sitting there right now. I'm just going to go grab a random seat that has a better view. And when somebody comes, I'll move if I need to.
Yeah.
So I went and did that, sat there for a bit. And the view was a lot better from that section. It was over on stage right a little bit on like the angle there. And while I'm sitting there, somebody like walks up to you.
Yeah.
And they're like
a worker. Yeah.
I couldn't tell if they were a worker. I thought they were like pointing down at something in their hand. I thought it was like their phone for like their ticket, or maybe they had a ticket in their hand. They're like pointing down to it. And I see you look over at me and you're like waving. It's like, oh shit, you don't have the tickets. They might think you're in the wrong seat. I need to come over and show you the ticket.
Yeah.
As I'm doing that, you stand up with those 2 tickets she was holding because we got relocated.
Yeah. Again, this is the 3rd time this year that this has happened to us.
In like a month, almost.
Yes.
Ghost, 9 Inch Nails, and this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Almost all in a month. Yeah. Yeah.
So
technically all in a month because, well, like
roughly
a month in like 2 days.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So we moved down to the 100 section.
Yep.
Which the view was so much better
It was
from down
so
there.
much better, yes. Yeah. The only thing about these tickets were they were in the middle of an aisle, like in the middle.
Yeah.
I prefer, I was going to say we, but I prefer to have end seats for getting up or like leaving and stuff like that. But these were smack dab in the middle of the.
I don't have that hesitation. I love, like, I don't care where I'm at, but yeah, we try to get aisle seats because you prefer that. And like that's one of the negatives, I guess, with the upgrades is you don't really control that.
Yeah.
But if you don't like it, you always have your original seat that you can move back to. But yeah, the view was a lot better from there.
Oh, so much better. There was no poles. We were right in the middle of the, like, straight, well, kind of off to the side a little bit because one section off to the side. But
we were roughly center stage almost, maybe a little
like
off to the stage right.
Yeah,
but
I was going to say, I think we were like where it started to turn, if I remember right. So.
But yeah, decent seats. And then Joan Jettt and the Blackhearts took the stage.
Yeah, they started like right after we moved, I feel like.
It was very close to when we moved.
Like it was almost like right when it was ready to start. But for their set list, they started with Victim of Circumstance, Cherry Bomb, Do You Want to Touch Me? Oh Yeah, You Drive Me Wild, Change the World, Make the Music Go Boom, Fake Friends, Lie to Me, Androgynous, Love is Pain, Everyday People, Crimson and Clover, I Hate Myself for Loving You, and they ended with Bad Reputation.
So I know of Joan Jettt. I knew I had heard her music before. it was like classic rock. I knew that, right? Good solid 80s rock and whatnot. I didn't necessarily know what songs she had written and what songs she had played. So I was going in like expecting to enjoy the night. And I did really enjoy her set. I liked it a lot. But yeah, it's like Cherry Bombs, I Hate Myself for Loving You, Bad Reputation. Like once those all started playing, I was like, oh shit, that's right. I know this song. This is her song. I know that. Were there any songs that jumped out at you when it started going on? It's like, oh, I know this song too.
Yeah, I think the same ones that you just said.
The same ones, okay.
Yeah, but we were, before even going over, we walked through Milwaukee, and there was like an art fest going on.
Yes, yeah.
And we just stopped at some random restaurant that ended up being a game/restaurant place.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Yeah,
I can't remember
they
what
had
it's called
darts
either.
and like a golf simulator.
Yeah,
type thing.
yeah. But anyways, the table behind us was going to the show as well, and the waitress was helping them or whatever, and she was like, oh, what show, or, like you going to the show, and like, basically she was kind of younger, so they were like, oh, Billy Idol, and I don't think she knew who Billy Idol was.
Oh, okay.
But knew who Joan Jett was.
Oh, really?
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
And like one of the guys at the table, I couldn't see them because they were to my back, but was like, who doesn't know who Joan Jett is or whatever.
Oh, well.
And you don't remember all this?
Not really. Like I remember bits and pieces of the conversation, but not that in depth.
Oh,
by any
okay.
means.
Because then I said to you, not to them,
Yeah.
but I was like, I don't know who Joan Jett is. And you immediately were like, calm down. Don't say anything.
I felt like you had a bit of an attitude because I know you don't like these classic rock shows, and I feel like sometimes when you're going to a show where I know you don't like it, I assume you're
that I'm
go
angry.
in a pissy mood about it.
No,
like,
I wasn't angry at all.
well, I have to go check out this bullshit music.
Like, if you showed me a picture of 3 women or 5 women, however many women, and said which one's Joan Jett, I would not have been able to, I could not even picture her. I could not picture one song that she had ever written. There
sure,
was
no, I
nothing
get what you're
about it.
saying. I get what you're
Yeah.
saying. Yeah, I get what you're saying.
But then while the set was happening, now, like, You Drive Me Crazy, I know that song.
Yep.
From movies and stuff. There was another one that you said earlier.
I Hate Myself for Loving You.
Yeah. Like that one and The Bad Reputation.
Yep.
Like those are the songs that when they played, I knew them, but
Right.
I would not be able to tell you that was Joan Jett.
Fair.
So.
Did you enjoy her set when she was
It was
playing?
okay.
It was okay.
Yeah. Some of the songs I think are a little out of time period to be playing because they're a little like sexualized, or like how women were kind of like in the 70s were kind of,
Yeah.
where it's like, I don't know. Some of those lyrics I didn't really care for.
And as we sat there up in the 300 before getting relocated, we did kind of notice the general crowd walking around was definitely a bit older than us. Like we were
a little bit.
We were on the younger side. We definitely weren't the youngest. There were definitely younger people there, but the age for this particular show was definitely skewed higher than us.
Where recently we've been to some shows where we are
where we would be those.
we're the skewed
Yes.
the skewed crowd.
Yes. So I get what you're saying from a different time for sure. But yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed this set. I thought it was a decent set. The visuals were great. The band sounded great. I figured you would get upset with all like the stories and the chatting in between songs. Because I know, especially with like Stevie Nicks, you bring that up.
Yeah.
And it felt in similar vein to Stevie Nicks at times. And I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't get the same vibe. Stevie Nicks just got to me. I don't know. Like, every single one of her things was like, this person wrote this song and they gave it to me to play, blah, 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 blah. So this was a little bit different. I don't know. I didn't care for Stevie Nicks. I honestly didn't. I didn't
The
like
music
her.
is a little softer as well.
Yeah, and I didn't like her vibe. And I don't know. This is a little bit more rocky versus Stevie Nicks.
Yep.
Stevie Nicks might be considered rock, but
Stevie Nicks definitely is rock.
I don't know.
But this is a little more hard rocky, I guess I'd say.
Maybe, yeah.
Stevie Nicks, maybe folk rock, classic rock. I don't know. Fleetwood Mac. So
Yeah, I did like the story before Fake Friends because I believe Slipknot has a similar story, but they were saying something about like how they had a record that did well. So then, people started noticing them. They got on the radio, that sort of thing. And then they had a record that didn't do so well, and everybody kind of left. So it was like the fake friends was kind of made out of it. So
I think there's a lot of musicians that have similar sort of
sure.
songs and vibes. Like Dr. Dre, I think, has a song about that as well.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I Need a Doctor, maybe, with Eminem or something like that.
Oh, really?
Like, it's Still Dre or some shit like that. I don't know. There's
I don't know his
a
music,
few songs where he's definitely that same vein of like, I did really well. The industry, like, and that's just how the industry, I think, is. Like, you do really well. You're the hot new thing. Everybody wants to be around you. Everybody wants to be near you and work with you. And then once you have like a shitty album or something that's not as commercially viable, you can't make them money anymore. So it's like, fuck off. Let's go to the next hot thing that will make me money.
Yeah. I was just thinking Five Finger has a song like that too, where it's like, basically like, it's all, like thinking that it's all about fame and all about money and all that stuff. So I don't know. Yeah. So I did like that little touch to the show or whatever about like the songs. And maybe that was the difference between Stevie Nicks and this. Like if she said anything about the song or whatever, it was more like introducing it and not being on like this whole monologue of this person wrote this song.
I know you always
they stripped
say
out
that
the lyrics and then I sang the lyrics.
You always point to that one example for Stevie Nicks, and I find it funny. That's all.
Okay.
There was definitely not the same with that with Joan Jett, but there was definitely like the storytelling behind Joan Jett. Just I guess a slightly different storytelling and whatnot.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Any case, I thought the set was great. There were a lot of songs, like I said, that as soon as it came out, I was like, oh shit, that's right, I know this song. There were a lot that I was like, I don't really know this that well, but whatever.
Yeah. From a crowd aspect during Joan Jett, there was a lot of chatter.
Yeah.
Everywhere around us. You could just hear that little, like how that little chatter that's happening. So you could maybe tell, because it didn't happen as much, in my opinion, during Billy Idol. So you could maybe tell people were there to see Billy Idol more than Joan Jett. However, there was some people who really got into Joan Jett, like, singing and dancing. Dancing like in the seats and stuff. So
yeah, it was a good set. I definitely got some of that chatter. I don't think I picked up on it as much as you. I know you definitely pick up on it. I think sometimes. I do too. I go back and forth with the chatter. I really hate it. There was a couple around us, a couple younger kids around us that were chattering a lot during her set. I did see them weave, and you're like waving goodbye to them pretty aggressively.
I let them know. Bye. Walk away.
Didn't see you.
I don't really care. I think the people behind us did because I heard them laugh.
Yeah. All right. Anywho, I definitely picked up the chatter from them, but not really a whole lot more than that.
You don't. So during concerts, you don't hear the.
Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it gets to me a lot, and other times it doesn't. This particular night, it didn't get to me as much. Again, though, I feel like I was enjoying the music a little more than you were for sure. So that could have impacted it, but I don't know. You did say, though, for Billy Idol, there wasn't as much that you could hear for that.
Not that I could hear. No.
Is there anything else you wanted to say about Joan Jett before, I guess, getting into his set?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Let's dive into his set.
So Billy Idol played Still Dancing, Cradle of Love, Flush for Fantasy, 77, Eyes Without a Face. There was a guitar solo. Money Money, Love Don't Live Here Anymore, Too Much Fun, Ready, Steady, Go, Blue Highway with the Top Gun anthem. And then the main set ended with Rebel Yell. And at the bottom of the barrel, we have Dancing with Myself, Hot in the City, People I Love, and it ended with White Wedding.
At the bottom of the barrel?
Yep, that's how I'm going to announce encores from now on. You don't remember that from the Ghost Show? No,
I do not.
Yeah. Tobias said, and now for the bottom of the barrel, we have the final songs.
No, I did not.
You did not notice that?
I did not notice that.
Oh my gosh, I love it. And I'm going to say that every single time now.
All right. I did not notice that from the Ghost Show.
Yes.
But I did get similar vibes to the Ghost Show because of the LED screens.
Oh, okay.
That Billy Idol was using. And that I can't remember at what point it was, but there were a point during the show I started noticing the LED screens and how vivid and amazing the graphics looked for those songs that they were playing in those visuals.
Maybe as it got darker in the night.
Maybe, I don't know, but it gave me similar vibes to Ghost because I remember the same thing at the Ghost Show where the LED screens they had been using for like the flames and going through hell and whatnot for Ghost, that I was like, holy shit, this is very vibrant. This is very good. It kind of sort of reminds me of the Sphere in terms of quality. The only problem is not wrapping around you 360 degrees and whatnot in all directions, but the quality of the visual is like, holy shit, this is really good. And I got the same vibes for Billy Idol. It's like, huh, last time we were here in Milwaukee for a show, it was Ghost, and the visuals were fucking insanely good there too.
So talking about visuals, I had a thought during Billy Idol where it's like, I mean, I'm sure it's like software and stuff, but like, you know how like if you go to PowerPoint or whatever, you can choose a template to make your PowerPoint, and like you just basically drag and drop into like the template. So I feel like we've seen something similar, and I can't think of the show, and I've really been thinking about it, to like the cityscape that they used and the TVs that they used and stuff like that, like something very similar at another show where it was like almost the same. It's not really the same, but almost the same. And like on this one, or for Billy Idol, like when the TVs were up, it was like old footage of Billy, like them playing and stuff, but like the cityscape and everything like that, I'm like, I feel like we've seen something similar. So it made me think, I'm sure it's a company or whatever, but it's just kind of like a template and a drag and drop type thing.
You just have like basically your stock, like the TV screen that goes around your, like you have your main image of your old school Billy Idol like music video playing, and you just have like your TV screen that goes over the top of that as sort of like a frame. So there's only so many different ways you can do a TV frame, right? Yeah. But yeah, I mean, especially if you're working with the same production company, they have that stock TV frame that they just plug and play and do the things. I didn't get that vibe of that we've seen this exact same thing elsewhere, but I can't remember. Like, I'm not saying that's not wrong that we didn't see that. I don't remember that. And it also, to me, does make sense what you're saying of, if you're going to a production company, they're going to have this sort of stock stuff that they can sort of reuse, because it costs money to develop it, and you're going to pay for it once and then probably cookie cutter reuse it over and over.
Yeah. And I'm not saying the exact same thing. I'm just saying something very
similar.
So,
yeah.
Or it could just be the production company's like, oh, well, you could do this or whatever. I don't know. Like, it seems so similar to some other things that we've seen. So
yeah, and no, I 100% agree. With Billy Idol's set, I guess, getting into that now more than the graphics. I don't know, the stage design was pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it's just a standard normal stage. Yeah, very standard.
I do remember the graphics and being like, oh, those are really cool. I like those. But getting into his set as well, again, very similar to Joan Jett. I have known of Billy Idol. I think I know his stuff better than I did Joan Jett's. Like, yeah, Rebel Yell, White Wedding for sure. Like the two songs that I know that were his, and he would be playing tonight. Like, there's no way he's not doing that. We do also have a Christmas album by Billy Idol that we listen to every year since we got it. It's not a sort of gimmicky Christmas album, which I was a little disappointed by. I wanted him to do White Wedding, but like White Christmas. It's a white, like, you know what I mean? White Wedding, but as White Christmas.
Yeah, I get it.
And he didn't do that. It was like traditional Christmas songs that he sung and just sung. And it's a cool album. I do like it. It's just not that sort of gimmicky one that I wanted.
Yeah, we like the Christmas albums that are like, either they make fun of a Christmas song or it's an original, or like
Twisted Christmas.
Twisted Christmas
from Twisted Sister. Yeah, that's a lot of fun.
And then there's that band like Bozier or something that does like
Brogrog. It's like a death metal band that does it.
And they do like death metal Christmas songs. It's so awesome.
But then at the same time, you have August Burns Red doing traditional Christmas songs, but as metal songs. Yeah. This isn't a Christmas episode, but those are some ones that I definitely like.
Yeah.
Anywho, getting back to this particular one, as you were reading off the set list, I don't know if you're going to keep it in or not, but you said the guitar solo, and you're like, and it was long.
Yeah. It was long.
I don't remember every song he sort of covered during the guitar solo. It wasn't just like going off and riffing. It was sort of like taking 5 or 6 different songs and bleeding them together and going in between them, which that's cool. That's fine. I like that. I do believe there was some Zeppelin in there that he did.
You did catch up on that or whatever.
I just can't remember what Zeppelin song it was. And I can't remember what other songs there were on that guitar solo. I was hoping that somebody, when they put the set list together, would say under it, guitar solo with blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
But they didn't. So I don't know. Whatever.
Which song is more slow? Is that 77 or Eyes Without a Face?
Probably Eyes Without a Face, but I don't know why.
So I feel like there was a mistransition there at this point, and I think it might be the Eyes Without a Face. So there was 4 costume changes for Billy Idol during this, and if it is Eyes Without a Face, so between 77 and Eyes Without a Face, there was a costume change, and so as he's going from stage right to stage left to like exit or whatever, he's like going across the stage like, are you ready to have fun, are you ready? And like the crowd's
he's doing every section like this section sing louder, this section do something,
but like just goes across once, and it's all about like, are you ready to have fun, or whatever, and then he like leaves to go change, and then it goes into the slowness of the song, and that's why I'm thinking it's Eyes Without a Face, but I could be wrong there.
77 is the song that's featuring Avril Lavigne, so I don't think that's going to be that song. It's not that song. No. So, but anyways, I just feel like that was a very missed transition that should have been between Love Don't Live Here No More, or Anymore, not No More. That's Love Don't Live Here Anymore. And Too Much Fun.
And Too Much Fun.
Okay.
Because there was also a transition there, I think, or a transition, and I'm like, that would have been a better. Like, I'm thinking back to 3 Days Grace. They do really well on their transitions. They're very predictable.
After you've seen the show
yes.
18 different times, yes, they are very predictable.
But I just feel like that was just a miss there.
Okay, no, I didn't pick up on that. I do remember the like, are you ready or whatever, which I don't know, maybe it was Are You Ready to Have Fun or Too Much Fun. I can't remember exactly when that was, but I do remember him going back and forth and doing that. I did feel like that bit was a bit long.
Yeah.
But whatever. Back to the 77 real quick as well, talking about how that was an Avril Lavigne, or a song with Avril Lavigne. She wasn't there. She didn't sing.
No.
But I didn't know he had newer music out as well. And I do remember walking in, somebody saying like, just overhearing somebody talk, like, yeah, he's going to play like 3 or 4 songs off his new album, which a lot of people don't like, but I actually really like the new album. And I was like, I guess I didn't know he had a new album. I was just here for, honestly, White Wedding and Rebel Yell. That's
the 2 songs.
Honestly, the main reason I was here for this. Those are the 2 songs they always played on Laser growing up and whatnot. I love those songs. They're a lot of fun. And I was like, you know what, for $30, I'll go check out the rest of the set. He's, a big icon of music, or maybe not an icon, but he was, very big in music, especially in the 80s and whatnot.
Yeah.
So
I feel like everybody knows the name Billy Idol.
Exactly, yeah. So getting to see it live is like, all right, I want to see this live. Who knows how many opportunities you're going to get to do that. And I don't know, I love going to classic rock shows because it's fun. I'm not going in with any sort of preconceived notions of what to expect.
Yeah. I did say that everybody knows Billy Idol, but again, kind of like my comment with Joan Jett.
Yeah.
If you showed me a lineup of Billy Idol, I don't think I would be able to.
I'd definitely be able to pick out Billy Idol, like the bleach blonde hair and whatnot.
Like, I wanted to look up to see what he looked like in the past.
Basically what he looks like now, just younger.
Yeah, I guess. No, I still don't think I would have picked him up.
I easily would have, yeah.
I don't know. Oh, he's only 69 years old. I figured he was like mid-70s.
Oh, all right, yeah.
So not that bad. I mean, yeah. No, I don't think I would have picked him out, honestly. But then again, I didn't grow up with this music or, like anything like that. So
I might actually have like a greatest hits Billy Idol somewhere behind us. And again, I probably bought that because of Rebel Yell and White Wedding.
Yeah. He looks like he should be on like a like action movie.
Yeah, I can see that.
Not like a singer, but anyways.
He's definitely got like a punk kid look as well, which his music does not come off very punky.
No,
but maybe back in the day it did a little bit more. Like, I mean, the Ramones sometimes have.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They're punk, but like.
What we consider punk is a little bit different.
Yeah, I don't really consider them. I mean, they are punk, right? But I don't know. It's a weird thing for sure.
Do you remember where the whole tribute to Ozzy was?
No.
Yeah, I'm trying to think now where that was, but
I forgot about that.
Even at the end of that, he was like, so let's play some punk rock or whatever for Ozzy or whatever.
Yeah, I remember that because like the guitarist or something was a friend of Ozzy's, and he's given eulogy at his funeral apparently.
According to
Billy Idol.
the
And this
concert,
guy, yeah. I don't know who he was, honestly.
Yeah. And I don't remember where it was in the concert, but I remember him saying, let's play some punk rock or something like that.
Yeah.
And even then, in my mind, I was like, but this isn't really punky.
I mean, yeah.
But 80s punk could be totally
70s, 80s, for sure. Like
totally different than...
the foundation, or sort of where I'm assuming punk started, probably in the late 60s, early 70s. I would assume punk came out.
Oh, I was going to say 80s.
I think it's older than that.
It could
We're not good with punk. It's not our genre by any means.
And also, like, when I think of punk, it's more like hardcore punk.
Right,
and
you're thinking like more hardcore music now.
And I'm like, I don't like that.
Hardcore definitely has like more punk elements, and I understand the punk elements mixed with the metal elements, but yeah, I think hardcore definitely leans more punky than it does metal. Personally, to me, my ears, that's what I hear.
Yeah.
But no, I cannot for the life of me remember when the Ozzy tribute was.
Yeah,
but that was awesome to see. I didn't know Billy Idol was also English as well. Like he's telling stories of coming across the pond to start his career in like New York and stuff.
Yeah, I could tell by his voice, I guess.
Oh really? I've never picked up on it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, just this night, like just when he was talking, I could tell.
Sure, but I've never heard him just like talk.
Oh,
right?
Okay, yeah.
It's always like singing and whatnot. And I guess he does talk a little bit in the Christmas album, going back to the Christmas album.
Oh, does he?
But it does not come back as British to me by any means.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So is there a cover or something of Black Wedding instead of White Wedding that somebody did?
Oh, I don't know. There probably is.
Because I feel like I always but it's the same song just with Black Wedding instead of White Wedding.
I think there might be.
Because even during this, I was like, I thought it was Black Wedding, not White Wedding. But I'm not up on Billy Idol songs, so.
Yeah, looking it up, we did find it. It's Black Wedding by In This Moment with Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Yeah, and I think they just have the line. It's a totally different song, but they just have the line of.
It's a nice night for a black wedding.
Yeah.
So I think it's very similar, if I remember correctly. I have heard this before. Yeah. It's basically not the same song, but they tweaked it a little bit. But I think it follows the same rhythm, the same cadence.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. I was wondering if it, like the cadence of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So so I wasn't going crazy when I thought about that.
Yep. The other thing that was kind of interesting, I did throw all of these up onto our playlist for this particular concert because we went to it, except for the Top Gun anthem. When they started that, I was like, this is weird. I thought this was Kenny Loggins that did this song.
Oh, really?
And I think he does do it, but I think it was just sort of like an ode to, adding that in as a solo. And that might be the second guitar solo because I could have sworn there were like two guitar solos.
Yeah.
So maybe it was this Blue Highway melody or sort of combining it with Top Gun, and they did some other shit in there as well. But I felt like there were two guitar solos throughout the night.
Yeah. And then after Rebel yelled, there was like the encore where he went off to do another costume change, and like everybody's like, Billy Idol, Billy Idol, Billy Idol. Yeah. And then he does say like, I can't hear you. And you look over at me and you're like, it's the encore. And I'm like, really?
Yeah.
But it's fine. Bands could do encores. They've done them for years. I just think it's stupid.
I have no problem with encores. They're fine. Whatever.
Just keep playing.
That is kind of cool too when they just keep playing when there's no like official sort of like where they leave the stage. I understand the purpose of the encore while you're leaving the stage, but I'm also cool with them just like playing all the way through and having no encore. Nine Inch Nails, we saw that where they didn't do a single encore, and the way they ended their show was so fucking good.
And you kind of thought that there would be an encore.
Yeah, I did, but then the house lights come up and it's like,
you're done. Yeah.
But yeah, all in all, for me, this was an awesome show for $30 too.
I know. So the whole night, what I kept thinking was, for $30, this is awesome. Yeah. I mean, one, we got upgraded. If we had to sit in those seats where the two pools were, it probably would have been a little bit more frustrating.
We would have definitely moved.
We would have moved.
Probably just stood in like the aisle or something, or wandered all the sections.
Yeah, we would have done as much as you could because they were checking tickets.
Yeah, they were.
Because like you couldn't even. Well, we didn't know that the first floor, like you had to have a 100 ticket to even go through that door. We didn't know that until she said.
Yeah, I mean, honestly though, we probably would have ended up back by the river lake area that we were watching.
Yeah.
Like you could probably hear the music just well. I don't need to see the stage necessarily.
I thought about that too. I was like, we could just stand back here.
And hear the music
we
just
didn't go
fine.
back up there after we.
No, once we got our seats, like yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, for $30, it was a great time. I had a blast. I probably would have paid the full price, but honestly, I don't think tickets were much more than probably like $45.
Yeah, for the seats that we got.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, and even not like they do $25 lawn tickets all the time for like these.
For these venues. Yeah.
This one probably just didn't sell that well, so that's why they had the lawn closed.
I wonder if they maybe did try to sell lawn and then they just moved everybody to the bleachers.
You show up and like, all right, you're in the bleachers now. Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, because I don't remember. I mean, you bought the tickets and I don't remember ever looking at it. So
I think we recorded an episode before recording this one tonight, where we were talking about like venue capacity and how we got upgraded and whatnot. And I think I said something. I'm getting these mixed together, but there's one point where I was like, well, if you don't like your seats, you can at least move back. And I'm pretty sure I said that same thing here.
Yep.
And I thought I looked back and I thought it was pretty full in the bleachers, but you said you looked back throughout the night and there
wasn't that many. I mean, I didn't look straight back to where we were sitting, but like on the sides, there was plenty of room.
So yeah, even if we didn't want to sit with that obstructed view, we probably could have found a decent spot somewhere.
Yeah. I mean, even a part of like the 100 section was empty, like on the sides.
Was it? Okay.
Both sides were, yeah. So I don't know if they moved those people in or because
it would be
weird for all of that to be empty. So
the other thing I want to say that I do remember that was a fun moment is during the encore. I think during People I Love, we got up from our seats. We went to the bathroom because we were like, it's going to be over. He's going to do White Wedding as his final song. And then let's just book it out of here and like beat the crowd and whatnot. But let's stay for that. So we get up from our seats. We're walking over to the restrooms. And as we're walking, there was like this party. There's like this group of people hanging over the rail. And like we were high-fiving them as we walked by.
Oh, yeah. I remember
and then
that,
as we walked back towards our seat, we ended up walking toward the exit and standing there with a group of people. They're still just sitting there high-fiving us as we go by. Like that was a fun time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Maybe they were just bored, so they needed a high-five people.
I think they were just having a good time.
I think they were too.
But yeah, for us, it was $30. We had a blast. It was our second classic rock show of the year. I'm happy with that. So I don't know. This was a lot of fun. I can't wait till next year when we can check out the next classic rock show.
Oh, you mean 2027?
2026.
We're one up for the year.
Nope. We're going to do another classic rock.
You can go see
year.
Classic Rock, but you got to go to more deathcore with me.
I went to a lot of fucking deathcore. So
last year.
This year too. Anywho, this was a lot of fun.
It was fun. It was a lot of fun.
Go check out some live music and have some fun. And hopefully we'll see you at the next show.
Bye.